Hello YouTubers, we've made it to the second round of the Diamond Challenge Sculls. Just off the water for the pre-paddle. My race today is at 3:45, so a little bit later than the previous round, so I get a lovely long lie. But it also means I have to get out, or don't have to, my pre-paddle is during the lunch break, so it's absolutely carnage. Not only are there loads of boats going on the water for rowing, but there are loads of boats, especially on Friday, just pleasure crafts going up and down. So pretty bouncy water, but it's great to get out there and deal with the conditions that we're probably close to racing come race time. Speaking of race time conditions, very, very different to 2 days ago. So a big old headwind combined with the extra chop is going to be a completely different race. So if you watched the previous episode, you would have heard me speaking that I was a little bit higher rate than I would have anticipated. Today, it's going to be extremely hard to be able to do that, because it's going to be a much, much longer race. The boats are going to be moving slower, so the strategy is the same. I'm going to row as well as I can to try and enable myself to go as fast as I can, but how it's going to feel is going to be very, very different, because it's going to be a lot longer and heavier, essentially, because the conditions are heavier. But now, after the session on the water, it's time, as always, to fuel up, because remember, food is fuel. Rest up, get ready for getting on the water for race time. So Coach Newbold has made it.
There he is.
And Eamon, of course. Unfortunately, Eamon won't be able to be on the launch for the race. Just timings don't work today, but that's okay. We're here to race and row as well as possible to get down the course as fast as possible. So now, time to warm up, get ready to get on the water. Fingers crossed, Yam Squad.
Dan's gonna come on the blades, please. Yeah.
Let's go.
Freestyle rate of sculling to 32, Velichko continuing at 31. Velichko continuing.
Here we go.
Have fun out there.
Thank you. And as we get going for the warm-up, you see the massive boats going up and down the course, just to give you a taste of what Henley Royal Regatta conditions can really be like. Partly here, caused by the actual weather, and obviously partly by all the boats too.
Good luck.
Right around here I'm thinking, I'm in contact, had a great start, it's much, much better than the one on Wednesday, much stronger but still much looser than previous starts. So I'm feeling confident, I'm in a good place, we're side by side. Trevor hasn't walked away, so I'm confident in keeping in touch with him as we go down the course at this point in the race. Fast forwarding a little now, around about the barrier, we're still level. I'm still in a place where I'm thinking, let's keep this going. How far can I keep level with Trevor Jones? And around about here, I start to have a lot of wobbly strokes. There's 2 in a row. I think there's another one coming up. But it was around about there, just starting getting pelted by big wakes, wake after wake. And I was struggling to deal with it. And just, I had a good 600-700, and then just now I'm just getting a little bit more tense, a little bit more tense. Bad stroke, and I'm trying to recover, trying to loosen off. And it just wasn't happening for me. And then Trevor just walks away. And then fast forwarding down the course, Trevor has booked it away. He's many lengths away now, but we're coming into the enclosures of the course, last sort of 500 meters or so, and I was really positively, I was brought to the end of the course by the support of the YAM squad. It was amazing. There was cheers after cheer after cheer, and it was absolutely amazing to hear, even though I was down by quite a big margin. And as I was paddling down, I really felt lifted going down the course. I could easily have just started paddling because I was that far down, but I thought sometimes you only get certain opportunities very rarely, and how many times do you get to row down the Henley Royal Regatta course in a race? So I thought, as the cheers grew in volume, I would give a little bit of appreciation to the YAM squad that had shown up that day. So a little bit of a wave, and then because that wave actually gave my arms a little bit of a rest, I had a little bit of a burst coming into the finish. And I realised here as well, I only maybe took 10 to 15, maybe 20 strokes in this little bit of a burst, as we see Eamon Glavin's lovely shot on the side here. Even though it was 10, 15 strokes after a fresh arm wave, my arms were still burning. I was too far gone, I was too tense already, and I couldn't make up for it. So it's definitely something to work on as we head to the line in second position. What a race, YAM squad. Maybe not quite the nail biter like we had on Wednesday against Matt Brigham. Great race for me, as in I felt like I at least dealt with the diabolical conditions better than I ever have before. I want to say thanks to Trevor Jones for getting out there and racing me and being part of this regatta. Fantastic to be able to race such high caliber athletes. He raced at Tokyo Olympics, so it's great to be able to race people that have competed at the Olympic Games for rowing. The conditions, like I said, were absolutely terrible, but we have to deal with the cards we are dealt, and today our cards were bad conditions. So I ended up getting pretty tense around 700 or so, and I couldn't quite find that relaxation, which meant that I was pretty happy with how Trevor and I were doing for the first 700 or so, but Trevor just took off after that, after I was getting more tense and more tense. I did take the opportunity to give the YAM squad a little bit of a wave around about 200, 300 left. Just wanted to show my support and show my thanks to the YAM squad cheering down the course. And I want to say thank you to you, the YAM squad, for all of the support that I've had throughout the season and years before, and hopefully, fingers crossed, going into the future, because it does keep me going and it does mean a lot to me. So thank you very much for that. And I'm really excited for the future. Right now, I'm in a place where, and I'm not really sure how to describe it in words of, it's not excitement, it's not confidence, it's the rowing that I've been doing. I'll go back to Metropolitan Regatta. So Met, if you've seen that episode, the result wasn't very good, but what I was most disappointed with was the performance, how I performed. The training was going really well, but I couldn't quite put that together in the races. And so after Met, I was in a place where I was questioning what I was doing, whether I wanted to keep rowing, whether I wanted to just keep kind of recycling what I've been doing. And it's not as if in behind the scenes that I don't try and improve pretty much day in, day out. It just didn't seem to be clicking. But fortunately, Coach Newbold, after Metropolitan Regatta, we seemed to find some some pennies to drop. And so a couple of pennies did drop, and we've made massive gains since Met. And like I said, this is, at this point in time, I think I've found the words, I'm in a place where I'm enjoying what I'm doing more than ever. And that's not saying that I didn't enjoy it before, it's just a little bit easier to enjoy what you're doing when there's slight improvements. Previously, it did feel like I was trying to make the improvements, and there were improvements here or there, but those improvements weren't sticking or weren't happening during races. So yes, I lost by a large margin today, but I did improve. The start today was a massive change from even the race only a couple of days ago, and a couple of days ago that start was a huge improvement from previous races. So even at Henley Royal Regatta 2023 we're making changes, so really excited for the future and what the improvements might entail. So stay tuned for that, Yam Squad, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do get subscribed for the upcoming episodes. I'm not sure when they'll be, but fingers crossed they will be interesting. And thumbs up for Mr. Coach Newbold, if it focuses, there he is, for all of the support. Again, thank you to the Yam Squad for all of your support, and I'll see you next episode.